Yoshinobu Yamamoto is a free agent. It's time for the Red Sox to get to work. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and for those of you who missed it yesterday, Monday, Yamamoto was officially posted to Major League Baseball. Today is when he can start negotiating. At 8 a.m. this morning to January 4th at 5 p.m., Yamamoto has the freedom to meet with teams and decide where he wants to go in Major League Baseball. He can negotiate, he can meet, he can be recruited by just about everyone in the league. And for basically what that means for the Red Sox is it's go time, right? Clearly, Yamamoto is the number one fit for the Boston Red Sox, and with competition being so fierce this offseason to get Yamamoto's services on their club, the Red Sox need to make Yamamoto their number one priority for the next 45 days. So what we are doing in today's videos, we're going to break down why Yamamoto should be this team's number one priority. We're going to talk about what he could do for the Boston Red Sox, and we're also going to talk about how the Red Sox can set themselves apart and ultimately sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto. But before we get into that, just a heads up, tomorrow night we are going to be live on this channel. We are going to be talking about everything going on with the Red Sox, newest trade targets, newest free agent targets, direction of the club this offseason, all the latest news and rumors. We're going to be going over live and in person tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time for a couple of hours. If you haven't been to one yet, they are a ton of fun and I highly recommend. Again, that is 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night on this channel. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. For those of you who may not be super familiar with Yoshinobu Yamamoto just yet, there's a reason why he's one of the best free agents in this year's class and one of the most sought after free agents of the 2024 offseason. Actually, there are really a few reasons why. The first reason is because statistically right now, Yamamoto is one of the best pitchers on planet Earth. In 7 seasons of professional baseball, he has just a 1.72 ERA with a really impressive 0.915 whip, meaning that he is allowed on average less than 1 hit or walk per inning his entire career. He has a walk rate of just 2 per 9 and a K rate of 9.2. In that time span, he's also won 2 MVPs, 3 Japanese Cy Youngs, 3 Triple Crowns, and 3 ERA championships. On top of that, he's coming off of his best season yet. In 2023, he had an outstanding 1.16 ERA in 24 games with an even lower 0.860 whip, a walk to strikeout ratio of 28 walks to 106 strikeouts, basically meaning every walk he's given up, he's striking out 6 batters. Plus, this season, he threw a no-hitter. He won the Japanese Triple Crown again. He won the Sawamura Award. No, not named after the Sawamura that we know. That is the Japanese Cy Young Award. And he had his 5th All-Star appearance. So not only statistically is Yoshinobu Yamamoto a freak, but it looks like he's getting even better. On top of that, the second reason why teams are really high on Yamamoto right now is because there's a lot of belief that his skills will be able to translate really well to Major League Baseball. One scout told Sean McAdams of Mass Live, quote, "I really like him. If you're going to break down the arsenal in terms of pitches and compare him to some of the other Japanese pitchers in Major League Baseball, the power of Senga's fastball and his split are really good. They're devastating. But Yamamoto has a more complete arsenal in that Yamamoto's the type of guy who, if on a given day he's got a pitch that's not effective, he's got more weapons to get you out, and he can throw strikes with all of them." For context of that quote, Senga had a really great rookie season. Finished with a 298 ERA, a 363 FIP, and a 142 ERA+. He was an all-star, a top 10 Cy Young candidate, and Rookie of the Year runner-up. Yamamoto is a step up skill-wise from Kodai Senga, meaning that Kodai translated really well to Major League Baseball. Yamamoto can be even better than that, which is really, really impressive. And the third reason why Yamamoto is so sought after right now is because of his age. Yamamoto is only 25 years old. But whatever team gets Yamamoto, they are getting 5 to 7 prime years of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who could only get better, right? He's going into probably the best skill set wise seasons of his entire career, and that's going to be the first few seasons with a major league team. When you're talking about why the Red Sox may be interested in Yamamoto, it should be clear as day, right? The Red Sox are looking to revamp their rotation. The best way to do that is to get younger, more skilled, and more durable. Yoshinobu Yamamoto Yamamoto does not have a lot of injuries. He pitches really deep into games. He's a guy who skill-wise is, again, one of the best pitchers on planet Earth. He's a guy who's going to be a lot younger than most of the players on the free agent market. In fact, he's going to be younger than every starting pitcher on the free agent market. This is a guy who clearly could come in and completely revamp this Red Sox rotation. It makes all the sense in the world why the Boston Red Sox should be interested in Yamamoto and why he needs to be the Red Sox #1 priority, right? But the big question here is, what is going to set the Red Sox apart from every other team looking for Yamamoto, and how did the Red Sox get him here? The competition for Yamamoto is going to be flat out nuts. We're talking basically every semi-competitive team in the majors is going to want to get Yamamoto, right? That's probably about 12 to 15 teams that are going to submit a bid. It's going to be hard for the Red Sox to set themselves apart, but there is a way they could do it, at least in my opinion, some other people's opinions as well, who know the game really, really well. Because when you break down a major league contract, there's really three big categories. The first is obviously money, right? AAV, total value, whatever you want to go off of. Money is clearly one of the biggest factors when you're talking about a contract. Now, in terms of Yamamoto, it's going to be a bit difficult for the Red Sox to set themselves apart, or really any team to set themselves apart money-wise. Most teams are going to be offering probably within $5 million of each other. So unless you're willing to go $10, $15 million above either total cost or AAV, it's going to be hard for the Red Sox to set themselves apart. Now, the Red Sox could do a bit of an increasing value per contract year, right? As they would a Tristan Casas or a Brian Bayo if they were to sign them now, right? Where you start off at $10, $15 million, and by the time the contract ends, you get to about $30, $35 million. But there are probably going to be other teams who do that as well. Again, money-wise, it's going to be difficult for the Red Sox to set themselves apart. The second biggest sort of pillar here with most major league contracts is years, right? How long are you going to be signed with a singular team? Now, most people are probably going to put in a bid for around 8 to 10 years, which again is going to make it difficult for the Red Sox to truly set themselves apart. They could offer 15 years, but that would end up being a little bit risky as you're signing him to the age 40 season. So unless you're willing to do that, it might make it a little bit difficult to really sort of be like, hey, all the other teams are offering this, but we're offering you this, right? That might make it a little bit difficult, which leads to the third pillar here, and that is flexibility. And this, in my opinion, is where the Red Sox can really set themselves apart. As if you're looking at it from Yoshinobu Yamamoto's eyes, there's two different ways of trying to go about looking at a contract. The first is that, hey, look, I just want to sign the deal. I want to play ball, and I don't want to worry about it for the next decade, right? That's the 10 years straight. You don't have to worry about anything. But what may be a bit more interesting in terms of Yamamoto's decision here is if you gave him more flexibility. If, say, you offer him a 10-year deal, but after 5 seasons, you now give Yamamoto the choice to opt out of his contract every year until he hits 10 years. What this does is it gives all the power to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. It allows him to choose, hey, I want to be here for 10 years. I don't want to worry about it again. Let's just sign the paper. Well, great. If you want to do that, you can do that and just opt in every single year of your contract after 5 seasons. But if you want to get into Major League Baseball, you want to establish yourself, say after 5 years, you played your prime years in Boston, you've won a Cy Young, maybe you've won an MVP, maybe you win a World Series, hopefully, right? And then you want to go and either renegotiate your contract with the Boston Red Sox and make more money, or you want to go seek out some more money somewhere else. He now has the power to do that. And I think this is where the Red Sox can get really creative. I think it's going to be via the flexibility of his contract, because again, right, money and years are going to be similar from all the big clubs. Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, Giants, all those sort of teams that are big market teams that want to make a big splash, that want to get that pitcher here, are going to offer a similar contract to the Boston Red Sox, but not all of them are going to want to be flexible. And I think this is where the Red Sox can get really creative and figure out a way to not only get the prime years from Yoshinobu, but also allow him the power to choose and make that contract that you were offering him that much more enticing to hopefully persuade him to come here over every other team that offers him a deal. And to me, this makes the most sense. Now, we probably won't hear a whole lot about Yoshinobu Yamamoto for a couple of weeks now. Multiple different sources have been reporting that Yamamoto is probably going to start meeting with teams in early December. He won't be attending winter meetings, so we don't really know exactly when Yamamoto's stock is going to start to heat up and people are going to start to get going. But if you're the Red Sox, this should be a no-brainer, right? Because even if he opts out in year 6, you're still getting 25 to 30 in terms of years for Yamamoto. Those are his prime seasons, right? You're still getting 5 years out of this deal with the potential to get 10, right? And even if he opts out, you still have the option to try and bring him back. To me, this is an absolute no-brainer decision by the Boston Red Sox. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is the most talented pitcher in this year's class at only 25 years old. He's only going to get better, and to bring him in here is to do exactly what the Red Sox have been saying they want to do since the offseason began, which is revamp their starting pitching. You want to be competitive in 2024, it starts with your starting pitching, and it honestly starts with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Now, there are ways for the Red Sox to be successful this offseason if they still miss out on Yamamoto, but in my opinion, this makes everything a whole lot easier because you've got your ace locked up, a young, durable ace on top of that, locked up for a minimum of 5 years, possibly 10 years, stuff like that, right? And now you can build off of that, go out and trade for a number 2, go out and sign a number 2, and you don't have to worry about the top of your rotation for the next few years. It just makes so much sense. Too much sense, honestly, for the Boston Red Sox. This needs to be the Red Sox #1 priority, and in my opinion, the way you get there is to give him flexibility in his contract. But that's just my opinion, so let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? 1, do you think Yamamoto should be the Red Sox #1 priority? 2, what do you think it takes to get Yamamoto here? Is it money? Is it years? Or is it flexibility in his contract? And 3, let me know what you would offer Yoshinobu Yamamoto if you were in charge of the contracts for the Boston Red Sox. Let me know all your thoughts on Yoshinobu Yamamoto coming to the Red Sox in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Don't forget, we are going to be live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time on this channel. Talk about whatever you want to talk about regarding the Red Sox. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the Red Seats.